Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to an episode 2. Welcome to the Refinement Challenge, episode 2. This is so exciting. Please excuse my voice. I'm going to warn you in advance. I've been sick for probably about a week now and it hasn't been fun, but I'm still here. So excited to pass on a second episode. If you're new here, which I feel like we're still all quite new here. Hi, my name's Elizabeth. But feel free to call me Beth. Everybody calls me Beth. How are we? How's our week been? Have we gotten up to much? I know I've been up to a lot and it's been a great time. What did I do? I caught up with some friends. I went down for a trip away with my partner and just spent a lot of time with some friends and family, and it was a good time, and also obviously being sick. So yeah, fun times, but I'm just going to dive straight into the reason that we're all here. Episode 2. I want to start talking about confidence, the real meaning of confidence and why it's so important to have it, and how we can maintain it so it doesn't just last a couple days. Because I know that I've definitely been in a lot of situations in the past where I've listened to a song and I've gone out and I'm like, yeah, I'm confident. And then the next day I'm back to square one. So it's definitely taken some time to genuinely sit down and go, okay, how can I maintain this? But I feel like I've gotten enough experience now to somewhat know and understand what I'm about to talk about. First and foremost, what is the definition of confidence? Well, what is it to you? You may think the first thing you think of is looks, or maybe even mindset, which is a good start. It could be the way you present yourself, the way you talk to people, and those are definitely all correct. Personally, to me, I feel like confidence is a mindset, and it's definitely a really strong tactic for just getting by in life, especially nowadays. A lot of life relies on confidence. Although I do know that a lot of people have this idea that in order to have confidence, you need to change yourself to fit a stereotype, or you need to just change yourself in general in order to have confidence. And I suppose it depends what you mean when you say that, of you have to change. But the mindset you really should endure is you don't need to change because you're already it. There is nothing about you that you need to mold. You shouldn't have to mold yourself into a stereotype to be confident. That's not what confidence is about. It's about energy. Remember the last episode when I was talking about energy that whole time? Yeah, welcome back. We're talking about it again. I've thought of this for a while, and I've always lived by it because it makes so much sense. And now that I have it in my mind, I can't let it go, and I see it every single day. A lot of people talk about it, and it's the saying, your energy enters the room before you even set foot in it. The moment you step into a room, obviously people will look at you. But one thing I feel like some people might not understand is it's not about appearance. It's about how you carry yourself. It's about energy that you radiate off into the room. You could be wearing the same thing, you could be having the same makeup on, you could be having the same fit, the same shoes, anything. And if you come in all slouched and with a negative attitude and go, oh my God, then it's not memorable. However, if you come into that room with your shoulders back, your head held high, chin up, with a mindset of, yep, I got this, I'm proud of who I am as a person, that shit is addictive. And you'll find that if you put those two people together in a room, they are two completely different people. That is what I mean by you don't need to change, you are already it. It is a mindset. And in the future, in order to grasp that, you have to develop a positive attitude and mindset towards yourself. People learn your worth from you. They don't learn it from anyone else. That's why it's so important that you value yourself and you know just how valuable your presence is, and people will treat you like that accordingly. If you want someone to find you attractive, desirable, You have to believe it. Because there's no point entering somewhere and going, oh, I don't feel this way, and expecting that. Because that makes no sense. You have to believe that shit. Because seriously, if you cannot think that you are any of those things, then go home. There's no point even trying. And that's a journey that only you can be in control of. But there are definitely tactics on how to get there. First things first. Do not ever allow people to tell you what you can and what you can't do. Do not allow people to tell you what you do deserve and what you don't deserve. What makes you think that they have that right? They know nothing about you. No matter how much they know you, no one knows you better than yourself. And you're letting an outsider direct what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Don't get me wrong, guidance is great. Getting advice is fine. But I'm talking about the people who make you feel shitty for trying something new, or having a mindset, or wanting to achieve something like a possible career opportunity, or a healthy eating plan, or a hobby even. Who are they to tell you what you can and cannot do? Seriously, genuinely think about it for a second. Don't allow that shit. I heard someone talk about this the other day, and I'm gonna switch it up a little bit to my own little story. I just want you to imagine you're walking down the street, lovely rainy day, people are carrying some umbrellas, it's quite nice, there's puddles everywhere, you're having a really nice time, but it's a little bit chilly, and someone walks past you and says, "What the fuck, are you some kind of idiot? Why are you wearing a t-shirt in the cold? It's pouring outside. Why are you just wearing a t-shirt?" And you look at this person like they're insane, because you're rugged up to the absolute core. You're wearing a really nice trench coat. You're all dolled up. You have a scarf on, and you go, "What do you mean? I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing just a t-shirt. I'm all rugged up." And then out of nowhere, they start nudging people and going, "Look at this idiot. They're just wearing a shirt. It's the middle of winter and there's practically a hurricane outside. What are they, idiots?" And all these people are laughing at you and you're like, "What the fuck? I'm literally rugged up. Are these people delusional?" Obviously, you're not going to be affected by that because you know that you're not wearing a t-shirt. And that is exactly what happens when you detach and you let go. People can say, "Oh, you're so cringe, you're so ugly, you think you're hot shit, you'll never be good enough, you'll never be successful, oh my God, don't even try." And when you detach and let go and have that healthy mindset, it would affect you just the same way. What do you mean? I can do all those things. I'm really successful. I look good. I feel good. I'm not just wearing a t-shirt. I'm completely rugged up. That is a mindset. And I love that metaphor so, so, so much. And when I first heard it, I went, holy shit. It makes sense now how people aren't fazed by stuff. How people can just shrug off hate, verbal harassment. It is a mindset. It is knowing that no matter who says anything, you know your truth. And that is all that matters. And one thing we genuinely need to remember about confidence, the phrase confidence, it's not cockiness. It's not, "Oh, I'm better than you. Oh my God, I'm so pretty. Oh my God, I'm the hottest person ever. Oh my God, look at her. I'm so much better." It's not cockiness. It's energy. And real confidence is not about putting anyone else down or comparing yourself to another person. It is knowing I'm all of those things. I'm beautiful. I'm successful. I'm smart. And so is she. That is real confidence. You're not comparing yourself. You're not questioning your worth compared to somebody else. You are comfortable knowing that everything about you is perfect, the imperfections, the perfections, and so is your neighbor. So is the person down the street. That is real confidence. It is not cockiness. It is energy, and it is addictive. And that is why energy radiates when you enter a room. The way you present yourself, your posture, standing like you're being pulled up by a string, the eye contact, getting out of your head and just letting yourself loose and just knowing that you're in control and you got it. And it can be elusive when you finally just get out of your head. I personally find that music helps so much. You know the amount of times, well, realistically, I don't know how many playlists I have on my Spotify. Can we talk about that for a second? I think I have, look, I don't even want to count, but I have so many different vibes with my playlists. And I'm sorry, but they slay. They're just so good. And when it comes to confidence and you have all of these different playlists, you got it. You're hyping yourself up in the car, on the way to work, on the way to a meetup, on the way home even. And there are some good songs out there that just give off the mindset of, yep, I got it, she's got it. And it brings so much serotonin. And speaking of lyrics, when you're singing songs in the car, in your room, outside, whilst you're listening to headphones, on a walk, the lyrics that you're singing, those can also be used as affirmations. What are affirmations? Affirmations are phrases that a lot of people either write down or either say aloud, which really kind of jumpstarts things into what you want in life. Let me give you an example. I get up, I look in the mirror, and I say something on the lines of, I'm powerful, I'm present, and I'm in control of my reality. Right? It sounds like The Matrix or something, right? It sounds crazy. But me telling myself that every morning, your mindset just switches up. And it goes, yeah, I am powerful, and I am present. And yeah, I am in control. And the more you say it, the more you believe it. Those are what affirmations are. And I listen to a lot of music that has affirmations in it. Or what I like to say, manifestations, which is basically the same thing of, this is what I want, I'm writing it down, I want it, I got it. And it's so good. I have a couple affirmations that I do write down in my journal quite a lot. I just said one of them. I might say the other three. Yeah, 3. First one, I am as whole as I am. I need 0 validation from others. I don't need validation from others because my validation is enough for me. Second one, I respect and honor my energy and body for what it can do for me. Seriously, what is the point of body shaming? What is the point of degrading yourself and self-deprecating? One, if you can't change something about yourself within 10 seconds, like fix an eyelash or fix something in your hair or, maybe fix a wrinkle from your trousers or something, that is so damaging because it creates nothing but stress and you can't change it, so what's the point? Seriously, what is the point of deprecating yourself like that? It's vile, it's toxic. Your body is yours. I heard from somewhere, oh my God, side rant, probably like 3 years ago, someone said something on the lines of, there is a belief that the body you're in, the face you have, the hands that you see every day, are those of your past lover from your previous life. Your eyes, your lips, your nose, your nails, your skin. You're in the body of the person that you fell in love with in your past life. And that may seem a bit, oh, well, that's a bit crazy. That sounds a bit stupid. But just take away the weirdness aspect of it for a second and genuinely look at yourself in the mirror and think about the idea of that and go, holy cow. This was the person that I grew old with in my past life. This is the person that I woke up to every morning and caressed and kissed on the forehead and tucked their hair behind their ear. This is the person that I chose to spend the rest of my life with from my past life, looking back at me in the mirror. And I know that's just a saying, or a belief, the idea of that changes your whole perception on how you view yourself. And you're sitting here and you're telling me all of the things you want to change about yourself, all the things you hate about yourself that you wish you didn't have, the features you didn't have. And it's okay to want to change things, but just respect your body for what it does for you. Bodies always fluctuate. They are constantly changing. They are constantly developing, shrinking, growing. That's just how the human body works, especially for a woman. Especially for a woman. We have monthly cycles where our body and our hormones are doing things for us every single month. So what if you feel bloated one day? I've told my partner in the past, I've said, I hate that I feel bloated today. It's uncomfortable. And right after I say that, I go, but it's okay. I know that bodies fluctuate. I know that my body is doing the thing it's meant to do. And that is healthy. If you want to go to the gym, go for it. Oh my God. In fact, I encourage it. The amount of endorphins you release from exercise is so good. And it's so good for your mental health. And if you're in a position where you don't want to exercise and you just want to go with the flow, that's great. That's also fine. But just be kind to yourself. Anyway, that was a massive side rant. The last affirmation. The world doesn't owe me anything. It is up to me to choose my pathway and no one else's responsibility. Nobody's going to knock on your door with a silver platter and say, hey, here's your dream job. Hey, here's your dream body. Hey, you know that person, that you've been dreaming about? Look, they're right here. You got to do that yourself. You got to get out there yourself. You got to work for that shit yourself. And the best thing about that is that when you do that, my God, does the success feel so much better than if you were just gifted it because you worked for that shit. Those are my 4 affirmations. I could say more. I'm about to be a hypocrite when I say this because it is something that I am so bad at and I need to work on myself. Getting comfortable with the idea of being alone in public. That to me is really intimidating, and I have this thing where I feel like I can't be doing things by myself. I'm always on the phone to someone if I'm shopping for groceries. I'm always with someone. I'm always in the car with my music. I can never be alone in silence. I always need something with me. But the good thing about knowing that is that I can own that and know that I need to work on that. But I also know that the benefit of working on that and putting yourself out there and getting out of your comfort zone is you will get more comfortable in awkward and scary and intimidating situations, which makes you more powerful. I've started doing that. I think literally last Friday night, I went to my boyfriend's workplace. Disclaimer, my boyfriend works as a bartender. So I went to this bar by myself, obviously to see my beautiful boy, but at the same time, I was there alone. I went there alone. There have been times where I've gone out by myself for dinner, like at a restaurant, and I've had nice strolls by myself, and it sounds so stupid, perhaps to some people, but I can't express enough that people go through this where they have social anxiety, and it can be very difficult for people to do little things like just go out in public by themselves. But the benefit of it is because you're working on that, you know the amount of endorphins you're going to feel. It's the same like the gym. You're going to feel so proud of yourself when you get home and go, yeah, I actually did something today. I did something by myself. I know all my friends were busy and I knew my family was busy, but I still did something. I got out of my comfort zone. Man, I'm feeling confident right now. That is the benefit of it. And the more you do that, the more comfortable in your own skin you're going to be. And it feels so good. It is so rewarding. Oh, I'm taking a moment to eat one of the chocolates that my boyfriend got me. They're really good. What did he get me? Irish cream truffles. Oh my God, they're so good. Let's talk about toxic friendships for a second. Completely different topic you may be thinking, but I promise you it does link to confidence. There have been a few circumstances in my previous years where I have positioned myself around people that I genuinely believed were good for me. However, it does hurt to still think about it, but it is also such a strong trait to know and identify it now, that there will be people that come into your life with the intent of hurting you. And now that I know this, I'm very careful with who I allow into my space. This kind of comes back to our previous episode where I was talking about protecting our peace. But anytime I meet somebody, I always used to say, am I good enough for this person? Will they like me? But it's funny because now I've kind of just said, no, fuck that. And I think the opposite. I now question, is this person good enough for me? Is this person's energy what I want to invite into my space? Does this person have good intentions? I want to give you a really quick example, and I will give you a little past experience story. I used to be very close with somebody who took my presence for granted quite a lot. Only now do I realize that I was always the last resort for hangouts. But this person took the time out of their day to tell me about the things that they said to their partner about me, and they weren't nice things. This person took the time out of their day to tell me what their partner would say about me behind my back, to my face. And only now do I realize that that is not a friend. That is not someone you want to position yourself around. That person is one of those people who is okay hurting you. I've written down a quote that I've seen on social media. It goes for family, friends, acquaintances. It goes for even relationships. If hurting me does not hurt you, you do not love me. You do not care about me. You're using me. And I don't think I even have to explain that. And I think it's pretty obvious that this person is nowhere near close to my life anymore because I removed it. But it is a very good example when talking about the topic of protecting your space. And this is what I mean when I say, do not allow anyone to tell you what you can do, what you can't do, to tell you the negatives, the negative opinions on things that are so personal to you that they should not even have an opinion on. Don't allow it. Cut that shit out. And this is something that I've also had to come to terms with because being a people pleaser veteran, I like to say, it always really disturbed me when I thought of the idea of somebody not liking me. And now when I think of that, I go, okay, well, that's stupid. Because how many people are in this world? Realistically, how many people? What, billions? Is it like 7 billion or something? Should I search it up? How many people are in the world?
In 2021, the population of world was 7,846,000,000.
Well, there you go. You cannot tell me for a second that many people are going to like you. It is literally impossible. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? My God. So you need to normalize being okay with letting people think and talk what they want about you. And I've always said this. I always tell my mum this. Because she says, oh my God, don't let it upset you, blah, blah, blah. Like over time, she's always said, oh, don't let that thing upset you. Don't let this upset you. And I've always said to her, hey, Mum, remember, we observe, we don't absorb. Don't let things get to you. What's the point? Seriously, what's the point? Shrug it off. Go outside, see something shiny and forget about it. Because seriously, it's not worth your time. You aren't responsible for anyone's bad perception of you. You just aren't. You can't control what people think, nor can they control what you think. It's just a part of life. People won't like you, big whoop. We just gotta learn to suck it up and just move on. You just stand firm with your truth. And that is the key to confidence, not letting things get to you. I've always, something I always do every single day, I put this into practice. Look good equals feel good. It is that fucking simple. Every morning, I get up. I get a cup of tea. I do my skincare. I put that time into myself. Then I put on a nice outfit. I do my makeup. I do my hair really nice. I put my perfume on. And I'm set. And when you go that little extra mile, you radiate that fucking confidence because you know you look good. There's nothing worse than being out in public and feeling groggy and feeling like you could look better if you just took the time to present yourself better. Don't get me wrong. I love the 7-Eleven runs where it's 7 p.m. and I'm in my PJs. That's iconic. But it's really funny because I do this thing and I've done it for a year now and I'm so proud of myself. I swear it was like a New Year's revolution. I always said to myself, and any friends I was with, if a friend stayed over, if I went down to my family and I said, no, I got to put this into practice. I always said, I'm like, I can't let anyone catch me slacking. And it's so funny because it sounds just like I'm kidding, but I'm not. I can't let anyone catch me slacking. I won't allow it. Every morning, I want to get dressed up so that anytime I look in the mirror, I go, yep, you're allowed to go outside now. And I will say there have been times where I've been at home and I'm like, oh, I could just go down to the store. No, I can't because that means I have to get ready for the next hour or so. But my God, it's such a good thing because you're just known for your confidence. But not only that, people look at you and go, man, every day there's not a hair out of place. And it's good. It makes you feel good. So I always say, no, they're not going to catch me slacking. And it's really funny because I put that into practice after a breakup last year. I went, no, these people, no, they can't catch me slacking. I got to look good every time I go out. And it's so funny. And that's a whole other episode of dealing with a breakup. But for this episode, I believe what I've said has basically summarized it. I'd say the only other thing I can really genuinely say for you to put into action is delusional confidence also exists. Has anyone watched Euphoria? You remember when Maddie says, everyone feels stupid, who cares? And Lexi's like, well, do you feel stupid? And she went, well, yeah, I did, and then I just chose not to care about it. 90% of life is confidence. And the good thing about that is nobody can tell if it's fake or not. And boy, is she right. She is so right when she says that. Delusional confidence will get you so far. If you genuinely still cannot look at yourself and go, oh, I just don't see it. I don't see anything to be confident about. Fake that shit, man. Fake it until you make it. It's really funny because I'll be on the phone with my mom and I'll say something really out of pocket and she'll go, oh my God, That was very bold of you to say. That was really confident of you to say. I literally laugh. I throw a peace sign up and I'm like, stay delusional, because it's true. And you just fake it till you make it. I'm really proud of you that you've sat through this, because that's a really big step. You're sitting here and you're going, yep, I want to do this. And that is a really big step in its own. And I'm really proud of you for that. And I know for a fact that when you start putting these into practice, you'll feel like $1,000,000. This time last year, I was a completely different person. If I put myself in a room with the girl I was a year ago, that girl would be shocked at how much she's changed in a year. And I'm really proud that I can say that. Life is so difficult. It's so fucking hard. And there is no point in being any harder on yourself. There is no point being hard on yourself on top of that. You are your best friend. Sorry to say, but you are the only one who is going to be there permanently for the rest of your life. You came into this world alone, you're leaving it alone. So what's the point? Just own it. Just fucking own it. And I swear it'll do you wonders. Man, I want to hug you right now, but I can't, because I know I'm just talking into a microphone. But you got this. You really do. And I'm really excited for the next episode. Still deciding what that'll be about. But you got this. I want to give you an assignment for this week. Once a day, whether it's the moment you get up or the moment you go to bed or any time during the day, when you pass a mirror, I want you to look at yourself and point out one thing that you vibe with, that you're happy about, that you're proud of, that you like, that you admire, and just acknowledge it. Like, you don't have to say it aloud and feel like you're in a movie, but just look at yourself and just say something nice. That's your assignment. Once a day. You got it. I believe in you. But until next time, I'll see you on the flip side. No, I can't really say that, can I? What do I say? Toodaloo? Toodles? Yeah, let's go that. Until next time, toodles.